Like it's
you got to ask the government, and that's
it's
why
so obvious to everyone.
It's so obvious, yeah, and that's why everyone's got to fight hard, and everyone has to.
So how are we going to fight hard, Geoff? How do you go about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got a strategy.
What's yours?
We'll be for the next 2 years. We'll be fighting on this.
And this is the group.
As in Wilson Asset Management. Yeah,
Okay.
like we manage $6 billion for 130,000 odd investors.
Yep.
Yeah, our real focus is to make a difference for them. And that was back, sort of 28, 29 years ago.
So this are the retail investors?
Yeah.
Mums and dads?
Mums and dads. And that was to make a difference in terms of investing, in terms of performing.
Yep.
And then as we've got bigger, we've been able to stand up for what we think is right. And we try to be bipartisan. Mm-hmm. The only thing is over the last probably decade, most of the things we've stood up for has been against Labor. Mm-hmm. Back in, as you mentioned earlier, 2018, 2019, the illogical Bill Shorten.
And Bowen.
Well, and Chris Bowen in terms of what they wanted to do with
the election.
Yeah, what they wanted to do with franking credits.
Yeah.
When the coalition were in there, we stood up against them. They wanted to do after COVID virtual AGMs. So good for directors, but not good for the man in the street. Who effectively we've got no problem with virtual AGMs, but not purely virtual. You've got to have a physical location, and we railed against the coalition there, and then we sort of fought against the insanity of taxing unrealised gains in super, and we'll fight against this insanity in terms of taxing Australian businesses in terms of the capital gains. Now we've started with a petition. And we've
how's that going?
Yeah, I think we're up to about 14,000 people have signed it. Mm-hmm. But what we'll do is we end up doing a lot of research off the back of it. Yep. We did it with the tax on unrealised gains. We did about 150 pages of detailed research. We've actually I've got it here today. We've got a submission we're putting into the Productivity Commission.
Great.
To me, the bizarre thing is it closes tomorrow. The bizarre thing is the government is increasing the tax on capital to discourage capital to take risks. Yep. And at the same time, they're asking the Productivity Commission, how do we make Australia more productive? Yeah. It's just...
left hand doesn't know right hand, and quite frankly, there's a fundamental lack of economic understanding within the government.
That's
Can we just call it out for it? They seriously are.
It's either a lack of to me...
Or is it just an ideology?
I think it's an ideology. The tough thing is I think we're giving them too much credit to think that they don't understand. The unintended consequences, I believe they do understand, and they don't really care, and which is the concerning thing. So
what's the agenda?
For them? As Phil Lowe said the other day, it's redistribution.
Which is?
Yeah. Take from the people that have made the money and give to the people that aren't making the money.
And we become reliable on the state.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it appears like. But in terms of what we're doing, we've got, we'll do detailed research over the next period. Yep. One of the, and the reason why the petition's important is because we actually collect the postcodes and then we can work out who's going to vote which way. Okay. And we did this on the unrealised gains, which showed that Labor would have lost 29 seats and the Greens would have lost 1 seat. So 30 seats would have changed hands if that had occurred. And we haven't done it yet because there's been so much anger. Pretty much every day there's a new article about someone's getting negatively impacted. Whether it's the widow's tax, the death duty. Little companies that are going to get negatively impacted. So there's been so much noise. So really, a lot of the work that we've got ready to do, we did a 50-page document that we're ready to publish, and we're going to publish it 2 days before the budget. We thought we'll just see how because of all the talk then that companies were going to be involved. Mm-hmm. We thought let's just see, what the noise level is after. And the noise level is very strong. Yeah. And we've got to keep the noise level up. Agreed. And as more people understand, and that's why it's great letting me communicate with you today,